I know you niggas love to hate it. This ain't nothing but a little motivation. It's something you can ride to, close your eyes to. It's the shit that we get high to. Motivation. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another segment of Winning and Losing. We talk about urban events, we talk about sports, and we ask the crowd, are we winning and losing? So if you made it here, go ahead and give yourself a round of applause. Then go ahead and give me and my co-host a round of applause. Today we got Los, today we got Tay, and we're gonna jump right in so we can get started. Today we are gonna dive head in first, talking about Game 7 tonight. That is the Denver Nuggets versus OKC. Who winning? Who losing? Start with Tay.
I have Denver winning this game today. It is Game 7. They've been there before. Jokic is ready. The Joker is back. It's his time. SGA, they had a remarkable regular season, but I think they have one more year left before they can make their run. What do you think, Los?
Man, Denver, they are known to win games like this right here, Game 7s. But I think OKC, man, I think it's not time for them to choke just yet, man. I give them another round. I think they're going to go out here, get the win tonight, and then we're going to see what they're going to do versus Minnesota. But, yeah, I think I got OKC winning tonight.
This is a hard one. I done debated on this, but I see the dog more in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm going to have to go with OKC on this only because I don't know if y'all see it or not, but when this dude Shai play, it's kind of giving me Kobe vibes. How he drive to the hoop, get the foul whenever he need to get it. I mean, we try to down. Maybe everyone is downplaying it because he's from Canada. Who knows? We already know. We some athletes, musicians, got a little rivalries, whatnot going on. But I think we kind of downplaying Shai's talent just because he's not of U.S. origins. And I do think he's the truth. However, I also do think Joker, and I give you your point about Joker. Joker, he wants that chip, man. And I think we're about to see two 40-point games tonight. Well, not two 40-point games, but two 40-point drops. One from Joker, one from Shai tonight. I got the OKC winning, but we'll see. Next subject, we're gonna go and dive in as far as who we're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive in about the Knicks versus Boston. They're playing the Pacers now. They're about to play the Pacers, but them going against Boston was a for sure surprise upset. Nobody was expecting that. I think if you would have had the Knicks making the Eastern Conference Finals, if you would have betted that, you know how much I would have. It probably would have been like plus 800, plus 1,000. Who knows? Because they would have had to get by Boston. But let's talk about what were Boston's feats in losing that series.
Well, I called it, man, when we was talking about it the last time, man.
You did.
We didn't have our last podcast. But, yeah, I told you, man, with Anthony Towns out there and the way Bronson is hooping, they balling like the best of them, like just as good as anybody in the league. And they got a good supporting cast with Hart, and, they got a couple other guys out there, Bridges. What's my other shooting guard, the defender, DeVinzio or something? Man. What you thinking about it?
Hey, listen. A healthy Boston team probably would have beaten the Knicks in 6 games. Boston had some things going on. Obviously lost Jason Tatum halfway through the series. We recently found out that Jaylen Brown had been dealing with a partially torn meniscus and playing with it the last month, which explains why he was not um, reaching the capabilities that he's capable of.
Hmm.
Um, but at this current moment, Boston got blown out in Game 6, excuse me,
Yeah.
by what, 35, 40 something points.
Their cap, they have a salary cap that they have to. There's rumors going around that they got to get rid of one of their players,
Mm. Who?
and Boston. And I'm not talking about a small player. It could possibly be Porzingis. It could
Because
possibly
they got
be.
like 200 million tied up between all them, between
Yeah,
the
it's
four
a
of them.
lot. So we already know who the face. We think we know who the face of the franchise is, which is Jason Tatum. I hate that he did overcome the injury, but Boston, um, you guys were not supposed to let up in the first. I'm sorry, in the first game or two against New York. I think Boston did that, and I don't think it was Boston were always going to be the better team, but y'all slowed hit the brakes on them.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got
Underestimated them.
Boston got nights where they can go either Derek White can be the high scorer, Jaylen Brown can be Jason Tatum, but if you got three guys or even Porzingis, very, very nice. We all understand that he's been, overcoming the injury as well. But if you got three guys you can rotate, and if one guy's having a bad night, why are you not making it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah.
And there's no excuse why Boston did not make it. And this is
This wasn't their time, but now that they're gone, they won it all last year. Who's going to win it this year?
Pacers have to play the Knicks. Check this out. Pacers have to play the Knicks. Now, at this particular moment, here's where Tyrese Halliburton show us if you were supposed to be an all-star or not. We know you can get the assist. We know we know you the next Chris Paul, if not better. I hate to make that comparison with the assist, but
So the Pacers are winning?
hell no.
Okay, so who's going to the ship?
Give me Knicks, give me Minnesota, and I think Ant-Man gets first.
Okay, so Minnesota has never been to a NBA Finals in their history. They're one of 4 teams.
I don't think
It's the Clippers,
I don't think Ant-Man can do it. I
New
don't
Orleans.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe.
I don't check this out.
Oh, give me Knicks.
I don't
Knicks
I,
might go all the way.
The
I don't
Nuggets
think
are going to make it to the
I don't
finals,
think
and they're going to win
Ant-Man I don't think Ant-Man can take on either OKC or Denver. I don't think he can beat either team.
So you're saying you're the best player on the team?
For the Minnesota Timberwolves? Yeah. You can't who else they got? McDaniels?
I'm just going to ask
Rudy?
a question. Just ask this question right here.
Okay.
If you had to start an NBA team,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to pick one player
Mm-hmm.
from the Timberwolves to be on that team, he doesn't have to be the first player you pick for that team, but he's going to be in the starting 5. You would pick him over Rudy Gobert, the center,
You damn sure
right.
right.
and you would pick him over.
I think Ant-Man's the best. He not Cat is in New York.
Cat is in New York now.
Oh yeah, my bad. Who else is there with him?
Randall, sorry, yeah.
You got Julius
You would pick him
Randle.
over Julius Randle?
You damn
Sorry?
Yes. Yes.
Are you good fucking?
I'm just asking questions.
Uh,
Who asking
Yeah.
questions?
I'm sorry, the Monstars came and got his basketball brain talent. But it's okay. I don't think Ant can beat OKC or Denver. Rudy is going to have to go up against Joker. And if you're going up against Joker, you're going to have to score as well as be that defensive player of the year that we know him for sure.
You gotta score.
Rudy don't got to score?
No.
Do you think Rudy going to get 12, 15 rebounds over Joker?
Yeah, he can get just as many rebounds as Joker.
So
And I think that Randall can cover in the offensive end for the front court, back court. Ant is gonna do his thing, and then that's gonna be the same like anybody else. I don't think Joker is gonna stop them from being them. They whooped them last year. They did have Cat, but man, they okay. Gobert, Randall, they all right. I don't think Denver is the powerhouse they was 2 years ago, but they are still a great team.
Because I know they got rid of Caldwell Pope and they got rid of another guy.
I just think things are catching on to it and starting to prepare for that because they set the standard when they did it. Joker, he an amazing talent. So
Mr. 40-point triple double.
I mean, he's crazy. So it's like I think teams prepare for him.
So who overall? We're gonna sum this up. Who y'all got making it to the ship? Who is getting to the ship?
Minnesota.
My opinion, I got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Who you got?
I got a Knicks in Denver.
Knicks and Denver. I got Knicks and
You gotta pick
Minnesota.
one. Pick one.
Well, they on the east side. You saying they both going?
Who making it all the way?
Who winning it?
Who winning it?
Denver.
Okay.
Damn, I mean, you gonna make me pick. I'm torn, man. I don't know. I said Knicks or fucking Minnesota. They gonna go. Who gonna win it?
Actually, man, when you look at who's left, and you look at experience, who's healthy, Jamal Murray's actually healthy right now. The entire Nugget squad, their experience is healthy right now. They've been there before. They're about 31 to 33 years old. No one is too young. No one is too old. They got either this year and next year left to prove something. They can win one more chip. This is it for them, honestly. And they looking at it too. They know who's left. They're looking over there across the west like, you know what? We can beat OKC if we have to. It's
Who,
game
Knicks?
7. Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Nuggets.
Man, Nuggets might fuck around and go to sleep tonight. If they go back to, if they do go and face off here in Minnesota, Denver and OKC. Not Denver, OKC.
So yeah, if you guys could put money on a player for tonight's game, Joker, Shea, who y'all putting your money on?
I'm putting my money probably on Aaron Gordon, man. He's gonna be the X
He's
factor.
had a bad series. He hasn't had a good series this time around, though. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, he's gonna be the X factor tonight, man.
Okay.
He's like that in between player, 6'7", 6'8". I'm not bad. He's 6'10".
Aaron Gordon, who's gonna be the hit factor?
What you
For
think?
tonight,
You got Michael Porter Jr.,
Yeah, I'm
Westbrook.
The two of them have been guarding him. SGA.
I think Westbrook is your it factor, man. He got that veteran in him. He got the dog in him. And got the leadership with him. Granted, all them guys are good, but I think he's that it factor. Like
Okay.
As long as he don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, hopefully he don't. But I think if he does, I think his that
Joker gonna be shooting them 3-pointers, man. Pulling Gobert out. That's what I'm saying. Y'all say he ain't getting the rebounds. He ain't gonna be getting them, man. He'll be out there trying to defend.
I'm looking forward to
running
next.
through picks.
I'm looking forward to whoever win the Denver OKC to play the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That will be one of the most watched NBA games this season.
Yeah. So.
On any stage.
Yeah. So it should be exciting. Next, we want to talk about the Diddy trial, the Diddy Cassie trial. He is wrapped up in a lot. The sex workers, they even got him for racketeering. Federally transporting sex workers. It's a lot. Who do you think is winning this case? Diddy or the United States? Who we got?
Well, first
before you even tell me who's winning, what do y'all think about everything going on with that?
Yeah, let's just be clear. We all know who Diddy is. We all have heard his music. We've all seen his cologne. We've all seen his clothes over the past 2-3 decades. And as Americans, whether we're black or white or whatever race we are, we expect people of his stature to be better persons, and we expect him to have lived a better life. But basically, he's lived a life of crime, essentially. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
I can go on and on, but I mean, some of the things that I've heard, I don't even want to repeat. I'm sure neither do the two of you, to be honest. I love women, and some of the things that he's done, I would never do.
Okay.
I would never think of doing. Yeah.
All right. So, Los, what's your take on the Diddy in Cassie's situation?
Man, hey man, I feel bad for him. I hope he get it right. He made the wrong person mad. That's what I'm gonna say, man. Somebody higher up. I heard some of the alcohol situation, but I don't know.
It did happen around that same
So I
time.
heard they bringing a lot of that back up. As far as Cassie's situation, I mean, she got paid off. So I mean, I guess they kind of even on that.
She got more than paid off. She
Mhm.
sued the hotel that withheld the footage from her, and she got another 10 mil.
On top of the money that she
On top
set up
of
with Diddy for. So I really don't feel too much bad for her. But as far as but yeah, but they bringing that up in the new case to put the RICO and all the other stuff on them and the sex trafficking. I guess because somebody's coming after them, man. So
I do
hope he
believe, I do believe that there's a hiatus when you reach it. If you don't conform with the laws of the people who've been in that situation, the least the top 1%, then they're gonna make life hell for you. And that's what he couldn't avoid in this situation. You want to take a billionaire company to court, a multi-billionaire company to court, they're gonna make you feel it. As far as the case goes, I hate that it's not footage. We have to see drawings in court. But I have been seeing that um, in certain instances, not Diddy, Cassie's husband would watch Diddy and her on FaceTime while they got it on. Um, yeah, while they were getting it on. Like, I mean, you gotta be a good husband. I don't know about a good husband if that's what a good husband is, but I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know if I could watch. You get what I mean? A little bit.
A little bit.
Yes. So for him to still stay with her, you know, whatever works for them works for them. I got as far as that case goes, I got Diddy winning. I really do, because this is less than what they're trying to make it out to be. This is a domestic violence case. You get what I mean? This is a domestic violence. Those people who went to court, I mean, not to court, bigger difference. Those people who went to Diddy parties, they went to those Diddy parties on their own accord. People get taken advantage of all the time, but you guys were trying to make it, and obviously you thought going to a Diddy party would help you make it. Now, should we put that on Diddy? I mean, he's only doing what a lot of white people, a lot of other successful black people have done in the last couple of decades. Hell, not the last couple of decades, the last couple of centuries.
That still doesn't make it right.
It does not make it right. But if you're going to hold Diddy accountable for this, y'all need to hold all the other people accountable. The other people may not have been as freaky as Diddy is, but there are still situations when other people were taken advantage of. So don't just hold Diddy accountable. You got to go after everybody else. Next, we want to get on, while we're still on, it's kind of ironic that we're going to leave Cassie's situation, one black woman, and head towards another black woman. We're going to go towards Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, that drama. Now, it has been circulating the internet for the last 2 weeks, especially when Tory Lanez got stabbed. That was very, very unfortunate. From what I'm hearing, Tory Lanez's lawyers reached out to Megan's lawyers and told them that the security guard, Kate, what's the other girl name? Casey?
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey, I'm sorry, y'all.
Harris.
Kelsey Harris, she
shot at, I think, Megan 3 times.
Right. He said that he overheard Kelsey talking about her shooting Megan, being the actual one rather than it being Tory. And from speculation over the internet, Megan's team responded back saying he's in jail, the right person is in jail, we're not going to proceed this matter anymore or pursue this matter anymore. But right after that, Tory gets stabbed. Is that ironic? What y'all think about this whole situation right here? Because there's a lot going on. If that is the case, we got an innocent man. Whether you like his music or not, you know how much. Whether you are a true ride or die, you're down for black women. Whether you feel like black women, have been getting short. Do you feel like this has anything to do with that black woman scenario as far as protecting the black woman, or do you feel like this is another scenario of somebody getting taken advantage of? We're gonna start with you, Los. What you think?
I mean, well, I didn't think it sounded right from when it first happened, so hopefully, he probably get up out of there and everything be all right, and I hope something happen. We're gonna see what happens with that. That's a wild situation in general, so I don't even know what else.
Do you feel like who do you feel like did it?
Feel it's him getting stabbed?
No, we already know who getting stabbed. Matter of fact,
Like
before you
stabbed?
answer this question, check this out. There was a GoFundMe for the guy who stabbed Tory Lanez in prison.
Yeah.
And Meg's fans raised that GoFundMe up. Who do you think really shot Meg? And do you think this whole situation is right?
Well, they've been saying that the friend shot him or whatever. They've been saying that he was covering for it. I think it was all a publicity stunt. I think it went sour, to be honest. That's my opinion. It was publicity stunt. It went sour. He doing the time, and hopefully, he get up out of there. It's crazy that he got stabbed 14 times. I don't know who's behind that situation. I don't know that's ironic too. But what you think?
What you think?
Well, the first thing about the case that stands out to me is that the case was trial. So it went to trial, and if that is the case, not saying he's telling the truth or lying, or he was telling the truth or lying, I'm just wondering why it didn't come out in the courtroom. Now, apparently, Kelsey Harris was shooting in the vicinity of Megan, and he tried to stop her from shooting, and I guess pulled her hand down, and then shot two more times. They fired two more times. And one of those shots ricocheted off and hit her in the ankle, which is what happened. That's what we're getting now. So if that is the case, then you are both right, and Kelsey Harris deserves to be in prison, not him.
She got immunity.
Now, Kelsey Harris is the one who her immunity. Fans have been raising money for.
Before she took the stand.
It was also interesting, sorry to cut you off, it was also interesting is Kelsey Harris is Megan's former friend. So let's go into delve deep and see why
I got to stop you right there. You said tried, Kelsey being tried.
No, he has been the trial.
Right.
For this case.
But you said she needs to be tried, but she has immunity. That was one of the things that she asked for in the trial, for immunity, so she can't be tried. But if they show Megan knowing really who shot her, Megan doesn't have immunity. She can go to jail still. And a lot of her fans are turning against her because regardless of how much you love her, you idolize her, you can't send an innocent person to jail if you really know the situation or the stature of really what happened. Okay?
He's in prison. It's a difference.
Or prison, yeah. I mean, we know. Yeah, they're not stabbing. They probably are. Who knows? They're probably not stabbing people in jail like that. But he's in jail for a while, and then he got to prison. But he's been locked up overall for a while now.
It was a bodyguard that came out and said that.
Right.
So.
It's a bodyguard, yeah. Kelsey's bodyguard. So it's really crazy, and it's very unfortunate. But hopefully, we do live in a country where the truth does prevail the majority of the time, and that's how we need to stick to it. But that was it.
Yeah.
But today's message I want to leave everyone with is
I think we forgot about DDG.
Okay, yeah, DDG. Sorry, DD. The next subject is DDG Haley Bailey. Haley Bailey.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I say her name, I be wanting to say Halle Berry because it just rolls off the tongue. But Haley Bailey and DDG. And now, I'm not too big on. I haven't. I've just started listening to a couple tracks he put out, music, but I'm not big on his music.
He's been a streamer. That's what he's most
bigger
big
than
streamer.
rather a streamer rather. So I followed this story for a while, just bits and pieces of it. She has taken away visitation rights from him. They have to be supervised. He still sees his daughter, son, whoever, but she's receiving child support from him. There are domestic violence disputes with that. It's been said that he slammed her face into a steering wheel, he chipped a tooth on another occasion. We don't know. The reason I wanted to talk about this today is because on camera, it seems like he's doing the job of being a father, right? But why, let's say all of this is going on, why is it in the tabloids? Is it that it's just for publicity? And we hear about things like this every other day. We all know somebody who's on child support. We all know somebody where the mother is just being spiteful. And it's sad. And me personally, I believe it's all a ploy to divide each and every one of us, male, female. As a parent, there is a way to co-parent without any problems, without any of that. You get what I mean? And sometimes money may make it worse. Sometimes money may make it easier. But with this DDG Haley Bailey situation, what do y'all think on that? We're gonna start with you, Jeff.
Well, domestic violence is real. Um, I've heard a couple of his tracks, and I've also seen a couple of the films that she's been in. Uh, Listen, let's talk about why all that stuff happened. Um, some people just aren't meant to be with one another, and that probably was a bad decision amongst the two of them. So whatever is transpired between them, I hope they work it out and it gets adjudicated within the court system. Because most importantly right now is that little young man's future. And he's going to need both of his parents in his life. Hopefully DDG, who's been on social media saying things like he's going to live his life and continue being who he is and not changing anything. He's young. He'll change. It always happens. And so that's something they're going to work through together. They're both still fairly young. The child is fairly young as well. And unfortunately, that happens not only with celebrities, but with people we know in our everyday life.
But before we get to Los, just a little input on what he said. A lot of people today, it's not just today's generation, it's the people before today's generation. You know, we get with somebody, and if it's not working out, we are quick to give up. Um, so, I mean, its problem is not going to be the first problem. It's not the first, it's not the last type of situation that has occurred like this. But, I mean, I do think people do just give up rather than face adversity. But what you think about the whole situation, Los?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't condone the domestic violence. I don't know if you gotta put your hands on a woman, maybe that you shouldn't be with her for sure. But as far as the child goes, I hope they be able to co-parent, take care of the child. That's like you said. I agree with that part. That's the most important thing. So
Yeah, well, so that's one thing I didn't address. We are not condoners of domestic violence. Um, from whatever, from everything we heard, he's still streaming. He's posting on social media. Is she showing? I think she showed a bruise on her. I forgot where it was, but she is showing that, or telling everyone that, he bruised her. And I don't believe in domestic violence either. Unfortunately, it happens, and that's not, we need to try to prevent that as well. but I do believe there are a lot of situations where it's it's not it's not necessarily a domestic violence thing. It's an ego thing, and the ego thing is who's coming out on top, being whoever your situation didn't work. So in this type of situation, um, or in everything in today's segment, if it doesn't work, just take another avenue. Just be aware that a lot of things you do in life are not going to work. Sometimes should be, you should just put on the back burner, and you're gonna have to deal with any of your actions because what we do today affects tomorrow. So, if something doesn't work, don't try to make it. You're gonna face adversity, and that's not what I'm saying as far as trying to pursue your dreams and goals. But when God is showing that something isn't for you, find another avenue. If, or something or someone is not for you, find another avenue. If you're not willing on sticking through thick and thin with that person or that thing, um, that's all we wanted to talk to you about as far as today's segment, and just let us know who's winning, who's losing. Thanks for having us.